Okay, so I read the first 16 chapters in Judges, and because I wanted to read the Samson story, because it's pretty cool. But yeah, if you read the first 12 chapters, there's leaders. It's just leader after leader, and all these judges. Gideon, Samuel, Ehud, Deborah, and all of them. And it makes me think back to Moses and Joshua. And Moses was a primary leader, and so was Joshua, and they had whole books written about themselves. So, and these guys, these judges, only had like a chapter. So I thought that was kind of weird, but I just thought, why are there so many leaders? Why is there one like Moses again? Because Moses really helped him a lot. He's one of the main guys in the Old Testament. But anyway. And when you're reading the first part of Judges, there's a lot of war and battles. They're going around fighting people and killing people and all that fun stuff. And I guess it can kind of be good in some ways. But I guess it could be scary too, because they're killing people and they are God's people. So I think that's kind of weird to think God's people are killing people, but I think we kind of overlook the point that God wants them to do that, and that's their mission that God has sent them on. So, and they had to do what's necessary. So I think we just need to notice that. And when Gideon asked God to reveal himself 3 different times, I thought that was kind of weird. I thought one time would be enough, but then he did it a second time, and then he asked God to perform another miracle for the 3rd time. And I'm just thinking, why 3? One's enough, right? And I think the Gideon story symbolizes Israel as a whole. So if you zoom out of that picture and look at Israel, they are asking God to reveal himself too. Because, when the Israelites were in the desert, they kept falling away, and they kept saying, God, where are you? And then he would show up again, and then they would fall away, and show up, and he would show up, and they would fall, and they just kept falling. And they're doing the same thing here. And I just think that they are asking God to reveal himself way too many times. And I don't know why God keeps doing it, but he does, even though they keep straying away. So that's what I think the Gideon story symbolizes to me. But anyway, back when I was talking about the leaders, it just seems like Israel is in a big chaos. And they're, like I said, they were fighting other people, and then it just seems like wars going on everywhere. And when I read the first 16 chapters, there's all these different leaders, and it just kind of seems like none of them are really working as well, or they're not just working very well, because Israel just keeps falling again. So I think at the end of the day, when we think about it, like the human leaders and stuff, they won't last, and when they die, Israel just goes back to where they were. And I just think that when you zoom out of that picture, I think it just basically summarizes that God is the only way that they can be, that God is the only leader they can have, and that no matter how many judges or Moseses or Joshuas or anybody like them come, they're still lost. I mean, yeah, they help, but they're gonna need God more than any of them, obviously. But so yeah, I just think when I read these first chapters that that God is the only way they're gonna find themselves and really be God's chosen people and God's children and God's bride. So that's all I got for these chapters. So.